Kill the
the
AGI.
craziest time. We're living in the craziest time.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like 3 years ago, 3 years ago, it was all about pandemic. Oh, the world is gonna, this is the worst time ever. And now it's like this is the best time ever.
Yeah. Man,
It's
and it's
just
only
changed.
March. We've had all these breakthroughs. So the Claude 3 Opus was pretty impressive. And then we're gonna have
Mm.
GPT-5 probably by June. The first
But
checkpoint
Sam
anyway.
said no GPT-5, man. He's gonna become
It'll
call
call
it.
it something.
Turbo.
He's called GPT 4.9 or something.
4.69 or something, like
All right.
420.69. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a checkpoint of the GPT-5 training. So
yeah, just won't call it 5. That's all.
And then they'll just keep iterating, and every month maybe do another release, just update the models. It's going to drive the Microsoft guys crazy because they have to fast follow and put it onto Azure, and they're going to have to reprice it. So it's just obviously they want continuity, stability for consulting and marketing and price and stuff, but you just can't stop the innovation. So you might as well just directly release whatever OpenAI releases.
So that brings up that's starting to touch on the other point about stability, not just in the innovation space, but in the world. Like we've got the election, we've got war, we've got China and Taiwan, Ukraine and Russia, we've got Canada tanking, apparently. The US is well, there's just if I say one thing, it's going to be I can't say everything, but there's a lot of stuff happening in the US, just socially, economically. I mean, this whole landscape it's a double-edged sword at the moment. I mean, we've got so much promise with AI and so much peril at the same time.
It's not caused by AI. It's caused by all the other things.
All right. What can you expand on that? Is it like human greed?
It's all human, right? It's like Trump. Okay, he's back, right? That's not AI, right? I haven't seen any bad things happening about AI. I mean, there's all the normal things that have been happening with, deep fakes and stuff like that, where people have been targeted or some of that, right? But that was happening before we had deep fakes. We had Photoshop before and people doctoring videos. It's just got better. The main driver of these things is not the technology. It's just people being bad, right? And it's a lack of accountability. For instance, Donald Trump said so many bad things, and if anyone else had done the same thing, they would have been slapped in jail.
He's about to, it looks like, get...
Yes, but he's avoided jail so many times that he should be in jail for. Right?
Oh, right.
And because he's been convicted of a number of offences, right? Most of them civil, of course, right? But the thing is, anybody else, right? They probably would have gone to jail. Ordinary people, for sure. And he's been kept out of prison. He's been kept out of most things, and he hasn't even paid most of the fines, right?
Wow.
And the thing is, while people allow him to get away with it, there's not an equal application of justice.
Yeah.
Then you start creating a sense of
entitlement.
How can I say? Well, entitlement. I was going to say entitlement, but I was also going to think in vulnerability.
All
right?
Yep.
Where you can get away with anything. I mean, even Donald Trump actually, bragged that he could probably shoot someone and get away with it.
Oh,
right?
he did?
Wow. No, he actually said that on an interview. Right?
It's literally like that. The Boys, his Homelander. It's like,
and when you don't condemn or don't actually take action against that sort of behaviour, not only does it allow those sort of people to get away with it and embolden them, you allow others to emulate that behaviour. Right?
That's why we can't wait till some super intelligence to be able to govern us. It's like it should be all our personal AI feeding up to a super intelligent AI so it represents the best of us, not these humans. Like why the hell are we still relying on these really geriatrics running the country, right?
Well, most of the people in Parliament in the United States are really old, like really old, and they're not just. It's not just they're old; it's they're been in politics for a very, very long time. They've lost touch with the real world.
If they have that much control, they literally have the go command on nuclear weapons, right?
They're
so why the hell?
incumbent.
I would rather rely on AI to do that, like Skynet style, rather than a human to do that, because I feel like you have to have a better representation.
Well, see, people, and I suppose that's where we can get a philosophy here, guys. It's like people always say, because we watched all the movies, watched all the books about AI taking over, right? And it's all the doomers at the moment all talking about how dangerous AI is. It's going to kill us all. It's worse than nuclear weapons and blah, 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 right? But I haven't seen one AI kill anybody yet, right? It's, right?
Yeah.
Not by itself, right? I mean, people use AI to do lots of horrible things, autonomous weapon systems and things like that, right? But AI by itself doesn't do anything bad. It's not conscious. It's not automatic. It's driven and it's given a directive by a human, right? And if we use that level of human things to actually do good things, then the AI won't do bad things, right? And remember, the way I'd like to think about it from a philosophical point of view is the fact that AI should be like our kids, right?
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that, yeah.
Right? You don't give your children a whole bunch of dangerous things when they're really small, and go figure it out yourself. Right? What you do is you carefully train them with safety.
Yeah, you align the AI, your personal AIs, to yourself first. You don't want other AIs to align you, right? You know what Gemini's are trying to do, right? It's like they're trying to align you with their values. So you want your own personal AIs running locally on your machine to align to you.
Yes.
And then that AI then can help contribute to the broader open source development of a super intelligent AI. That will be probably the most, the least risky outcome.
Yeah, that mirrors society. We have our own houses, we have our own locks, and then we communicate, with consent.
That's the democracy. And then everything else is like authoritarian. Basically,
you can't have, if you had all the cars didn't have locks on them, they'll be abused straight away. There'll be theft straight away. There'll be just so many things happening like that. So we need definitely our own local AIs that we trust. They trust us. They're secure, and that means these models have to be open sourced. So it's just one thing leads to another, and you just follow that path and go, okay, we need that to happen if we're going to have a democratically favorable future in this thing. So,
but garbage in, garbage out. Like, train it on 4chan, and you're going to get a model that's not necessarily aligned. Right?
There's always going to be dicks. There's going to be dicks out there with their own AIs that's trying to be like an 8chan out there. But then you have other AIs that reflect people that are on the actual medium band of humanity, and then they take them out. It's basically like voting in for a government to have funding for police to reflect the laws that are basically enforcing the legislation that's voted in by the people that we vote for. So the police needs to govern, right? And the police is basically reflective of society as a whole, because of the legislation that we enact collectively. Right? It needs to be enforceable.
I was going to say, they need to also have accountability.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. That's what it is, because you're going to have market failure, and therefore you need regulation to tackle that market failure. So this is like externalities, like negative externalities, like climate change and stuff. But that's all voted in based on individuals. If it's overregulated, if it goes outside and ultimately they are accountable, they get voted out, and the legislation needs to change. So just like what we're seeing in blockchain, they're actually doing all this on-chain voting of basically what the smart contracts do. That could reflect every individual's right to vote as well.
So that about I mean, I realize that the service level agreement I have with my clients is actually aligned, thankfully, and it didn't used to be like that. It used to be misaligned, but then I didn't do it because I knew what I was doing. It was a serendipity. But I'll give you an example. So I have servers for people. They pay a fee. When the servers go down, I start losing money because I'm paying sysadmins and other people to try and get the servers back online. So if the servers stay online and everything's great, I get a bonus. Like I get this retainer. So I make money if the servers don't go down. That means alignment. Why? Because the client wants the servers up.
Hello.
There he is. This is
Say hello. Yo.
Stefan.
Doing good.
This guy. Yeah, nice timing, mate. We're like, nice timing, mate. You're gonna be the best part of the clip.
Oh, there he goes. Oh my gosh.
He leaves the call.
He was having a pint. A pint. Wow, that was a pint. Definitely.
Friday frothy.
Yeah. It was a light beer too.
You get him
Anyway,
drop in more often.
I'll wrap up the point. So, if the sites are online, I get paid, and the client wants that, I want that. If the sites start to lose if the sites go offline, I want to get it back online as soon as possible to stop my expenses going through the roof. The client wants the websites to come back online as soon as possible because that's what they want. So because our situations are aligned, I'm not going to be in the situation where it used to be like before. They pay me, what, $80 per hour or whatever. And so I'm thinking, am I going to think this? Like if I was dubious, well, it might take me half an hour to get it back online. But if I take 2 hours, I'll make an extra $160. You don't want that, right? Because that's a misalignment.
You get what you incentivize.
Yeah. So
that's how markets work.
When you align your objectives, everything just works out. Like you both want the same thing. All the little things because it's the alignment, it just works itself out.
Whereas the EAC guys are calling the techno-capitalist machine, right? It's like a mimetic effect that incentivizes the alignment of how we accelerate as a civilization.
As opposed to the doomers.
Yeah, the doomers are like, okay, give us all your control and we'll look after you. But like,
Yes.
Trust us.
That's right.
Trust me, bro.
Like Animal Farm.
We're effective.
Yeah, everyone's equal, but some people are more equal than others.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. 2 legs bag and 4 legs good.